This is Jets at Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Free for all Friday.
Free for all Friday.
204-780-6868. 204-780-6868. Phone lines are open. Text line is open. We'd love to hear from you, your thoughts about the past week from the Winnipeg Jets. You want to talk Dylan Samberg? You want to talk the defense? Hey, whatever you want to talk about. That's why it's called Free for All Friday.
Stapleton.
Jim Slater. We spoke to both those guys.
What a great line.
Yeah, this past week. So
great line by Jim Slater when I said, when you asked about the GST line and how when he first heard that, and I said, did you even know what GST was? Well, it came off my check every 2 weeks. So yeah, I was well aware of it.
Jets at Noon is brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line and win a VIP car wash from my good friends at Wash Method. Hey, but we take a texter all throughout the week, but today, best caller.
Calls get priority.
Calls get priority. And guess what? If you are the winning caller, you'll get a car wash right here on the air. 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program, which is coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza. Hey, we already got somebody on the line here. It's Brad. Hey, Brad, what's up? Welcome to Free for All Friday.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's going on?
Brad?
Yeah, hey, dude.
Happy Free for All Friday for everybody. I got a question for both of you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my first question is, Cam, have you ever been on Canada's Worst Driver?
I have, yes, season 11. You're outing me in front of the entire Jets at Noon audience.
Were you bad? Were you terrible?
He was all right.
Well, I only lasted 3 episodes. Here's where the story goes. My good buddy Chris, who actually works in radio here in Winnipeg, you can probably figure out who he is. But he works in radio here in Winnipeg. We worked together when we were in Dauphin together. And I would drive him back to Winnipeg because Chris is a total bum and I was driving him around everywhere. And so I would drive him back into Winnipeg to visit his family. And so anyways, he would always talk to me on the ride in how bad of a driver I was. And then we both ended up working in Alberta at the same time. And all of a sudden I get a call from somebody from, it was from whatever the production company was that did it. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, Cam, we want you to come on the show. And then, yeah, I was on Canada's Worst Driver.
You're not that bad of a driver. I honestly, I've been driving since 75 and I've seen way worse than you, my friend.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Okay.
First of all, you had a friendship that was so deep and true that he said, you're absolutely horrible at this.
Well, my buddy Chris, who's also in my wedding party, the first thing he ever told me is like, you wearing white socks with those pants? And that was how our relationship has been ever since. But what else did you want to talk about, Brad?
You did not.
I'm just going to tell you that the beard suits you anyway. And I wanted to ask Jim, Mr. Toth, I'm hearing stuff about Trouba coming back to Winnipeg. You hearing anything about that?
Where are you hearing that, Brad?
I'm hearing it from my neighbor in my next bedroom over here. He's telling me that Trouba's wanting to come back to Winnipeg.
That's interesting. I never heard that. Maybe your neighbor might have some inside information.
Is this like a cell block neighbor? Are you doing time, Brad?
It's my son.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just okay.
Well, he's not wrong because I've heard the same. It was a Hockey News report actually that I read. Actually, Greg Macklin on the weekend said, "Have you seen this?" And I read it. Yeah. I don't know the validity of it, but I did run it through my mind, and this is the situation. He's got 1 year left, I think.
Yes, with Anaheim.
Yeah.
And I think he probably wants to win. And so he makes $8 million a year. He is not going to make that anymore. And I think that what he would look at is, okay, well, if somebody wants to pay me 5 to 6,
okay,
and then I have a chance to win. Well, there's only a couple teams, and one of them will be Winnipeg. The other side of this is when Trouba left, all of his close friends on this team are still here. All his friends, like Scheifele and him, were tight. Yeah. They used to sing Frozen in the locker room when I was in there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
The cold didn't bother me anyway.
Yeah.
If he comes back, we'll give him $5 million Canadian.
What's that worth? About what, 500,000 USD? No.
So I don't know if validity in it, but when I think about it from his point of view, I think he would wouldn't mind it, but I don't know.
Well, and
Samberg's a beauty, eh?
Yeah. And the thing about Trouba too, as well, when he went to Anaheim and he was traded there, I remember him speaking when he first arrived in the team, and he was talking about, well, this might be a place where we want to, put down roots, and this might be a place for my wife and my family to live. So that was what he was talking about in Anaheim. So there's some reports out there, but I don't know how true they are. But thanks for the call, Brad. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. All the best.
204-780-6868, 204-780-6868. Let's go to the text message here. Kevin says, Free for All Friday.
Free for all.
New world record in the beer mile by a Canadian. Wow.
In the beer mile. Have you seen this?
You were a past owner of the beer mile. Weren't you?
No.
You a record holder?
I have drank in a mile worth of beer.
Oh, that's what you, okay.
But I've never ran the beer mile. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about this.
That's the mistaken, yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
I think it's Cult that once sang "A River Through My Veins."
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Corey Bellamore. Congratulations, winning the beer mile, making our country proud.
Yes, it's you run and drink a beer in a mile.
204-780-6868. 204-780.
Sounds to me a lot like slow pitch.
It's curling too. You ever been to a curling rink?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't curl though, but I could play slow pitch and drink a ton of beer.
Ed says
I got better actually. There are people listening right now that would attest to that.
This texter says, hey guys, I'd like to get Jim's thoughts on jersey customization. Brad Little played for one organization, even if it was Atlanta and Winnipeg. So would he get and rep a little jersey? I'm not sure what that means.
Like a jersey. Jets jersey or?
Would you a little, like the name Little. Okay. I know guys. I'm pretty slow here.
Yeah.
But speaking of slow pitch.
So he only played for one organization.
So would you wear a little jersey?
I'm not going to wear a Jets jersey.
Yeah.
I'm because I cover the team and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And we're different. You grew up loving the team and you're a fan and stuff.
Yeah, I have no scruples.
So, but that's to the point of the podcast where I said, I don't wear a lot of jerseys. But I have a jersey of all my teams that I desperately, but I only buy jerseys of somebody who's played their whole time with the organization. Mm-hmm. So my very first jersey of all time ever was a Warren Moon jersey because I loved Warren Moon growing up in Southern Alberta.
You're an Edmonton fan.
Which did not go over well in Lethbridge because everybody was Stampeders fans. And then I became a Calgary Flames fan when they came in the early 80s, and all my friends and my parents and everything were Oiler fans. So I was that weird Edmonton, now Elks fan and a Calgary Flames fan. But I have a Flames jersey that has no number on it because I was going to do a Ginla. Mm-hmm. And then he bounced around and it just soured me on it. I still love Jerome McGinley as a power forward and a player. I think he's one of the best ever. But I have a Brian Urlacher jersey.
Who's that?
I have a Walter Payton jersey because these are all guys that played their whole careers there.
Never heard of them.
Astros, for example. I'm waiting on an Astros one. I have a Jeff Bagwell Astros jersey because when I grew up, first base, Jeff Bagwell, and he played his whole career there. They acquired him from Boston before he made the show. So that's what I would do. I'm waiting to see if Altuve retires there or Yordan Alvarez.
I hope he goes somewhere else. Jeff texts the show. I'm getting a death stare for that.
What the did you just say to me?
I can't listen to your Astros talk. Jeff texts the show and says, hey guys.
Anyway, the Astros were established in...
Jeff says, hey guys.
But that's a great point. Brian Little's one of the few that's played his whole career.
We were talking about jerseys, and maybe this is something that we need to ask the general audience. This is a great question for Free For All Friday. How do you feel about the Atlanta Thrashers and the Winnipeg Jets wearing an Atlanta Thrashers jersey? Because I like that idea.
I like the question, but it's not going to go over well.
Well, what about the colors? See, now the talk was that
a throwback night where they wear.
So the Nordiques. The Nordiques eventually went. Now they're the Colorado Avalanche, right?
Right now, this isn't going to go over well.
So the Colorado Avalanche were wearing Nordique style jerseys, but with Avalanche colors. What about a Jets jersey with the Atlanta Thrasher colors?
And
I don't hate it.
Look, it's not out of the realm given what you just explained.
Yeah.
Look at when the Carolina Hurricanes wear the Hartford Whalers jerseys. Those are sharp.
Yeah.
And people in Carolina love it. And Jordy Douglas in town loves it because he loved that finned whale logo when he played in Hartford.
Oh, I love that.
And
I love it too, man.
Jordy in town here, he goes to Carolina Hurricane reunions on weekends like every weekend. There's one. No,
Get together all the time. They're getting older now, you know.
But so like it's a fair question because these are huge in the NHL. These retro nights of the jersey from where the team came from.
Yeah, because I didn't like the
But
Thrashers.
I don't think that's going to go over well.
I didn't like the Thrashers jersey at the time. When I look back on it, the baby blue, but you know what? I like their whites. Their whites were pretty cool.
I like their logo. Like it's
it was an okay logo.
The AAA Thrashers here in town have the same logo.
Yeah. I didn't never like the baby blue, but I kind of like their whites.
No, the baby blue is sorry.
Yeah, I'm
no
with
good
you on that. No, that's NG.
But this is my theory, and maybe that goes to the texter who questioned it and how people decide which jersey to get. Like in the Jets, you're about to be blessed. You have Brian Little, and you're going to have Hellebuck, Scheifele, potentially Morrissey, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think there's going to be a couple of jerseys that are going to play their whole career in this organization, which in this day and age, Cam, is unheard of.
Yeah, doesn't happen. This texter says, this is a hot take from Jeff. He says, hey guys, longtime listener, just heard that Perfetti is going to be a sub for Team Canada for the Olympics next year. And imagine if it's a tie for the gold and he tips the winner past Hellebuck for the win.
A sub? Where'd you hear that?
I don't know where you heard that, Jeff, but I don't see that happening. As much as I love Cole Perfetti and I really believe in him that he's going to have his big breakout season this upcoming year. Everyone's going to see who he really is. And you know, his hockey smarts, his hockey IQ, all that's going to start coming together this year. I don't see him on Team Canada. I think he's far on that list down the bottom. No offense.
I think you have a better chance if he wasn't having had off-season surgery to see Lowry on the team than Cole Perfetti.
Yeah. Let's take a break. Let's come back. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline. Open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Hey, we're going to hear from the winning texter. Coming for lunch every winning caller, I should say, to 204-780-6800, the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline. Coming for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main side and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. Give away that $50 gift card. We got a great call. I'm really excited to play our winning caller. I had a great conversation with this person, too, as well, because I always call them on Friday.
Do you call them?
I call them every Friday. Whoever wins, I sign them up. I give them a call. Actually, it's one of my favorite parts of the week. We'll be right back. More texts, more of your calls. Hey, phone lines have just blown up. We'll be right back.
So anyway, Altuve was born in the year...
DJOB.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Coming for your lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main, side, and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift card to Boston Pizza. Rick's on the line here on Free For All Friday. Hey, Rick, how are you? Rick, you there?
Hi, Rick.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got you.
You're talking about jerseys. I want to tell you what the league should do and what the Jets should do. First of all, my first jersey was Jets Morris Lukwich one in 1980. Cam Lukwich used to play for the Jets, if you don't know.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Is it because I'm 34 years old? Is that why you're saying that, Rick? Thank you.
You know who else used to play, Cam, is a guy named Nick Antropoff. Just kidding. Go ahead, Rick.
I think that the league should go back to whites at home, darks for visiting teams. It boggles my mind that they don't.
I think at the very least, the team should be allowed to pick. If they want to wear whites at home, they should be allowed to pick. That's my thought. Yeah. I'll stand by that forever.
And my other point, as far as the Jets go, is how many years is Chip been going to insist they wear a jersey nobody really likes? They love the heritage ones. Why don't they make those their permanent jerseys? I have not heard of anybody who disagrees with me on that.
I like the heritage. Actually, Jim had a good point about it, and I'll let him say here. Well, I like the navy blue, like they're ones they wear at home. I do like those jerseys. I like their whites, their normal, regular whites. But I think it is, out of their entire jersey catalog, it's my least favorite, but I still like it. I'll say that.
If they wear the heritage jerseys all the time, they wouldn't be heritage anymore.
Well,
the other thing is I'm with you, Rick. I think that's their best jersey. The problem is, I feel anyway, is the new jersey. Like, I also like the actual jersey, like the one they have with the jet on it in the middle, and so. I just think to change it completely would be, I like the fact that heritage jerseys 20 nights a year and it stands out. That is my favorite too. I think they look the best in them, but I also do like the other jersey. And so, and the emblem with the jet in the middle of the maple leaf and stuff like that for the Air Force and all that.
Thanks, Rick. Got to go. Take care, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you very much, Rick. 204-780-6868. Hey, listen, what do you think? Free for all Friday, 204-780-6868. We'll be right back.
What are your thinking?
You're on the line. Don't go anywhere. Send us a text. Fucking
free for all. So when Altuve was drafted,
Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Jets at Noon is brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line to win a VIP car wash from my good friends at Wash Method, 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program, which is coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza. Well, in regards to, I don't know, batting around the idea, I thought maybe it would look cool if the Jets were, made a jersey with the Thrashers colors.
A throwback.
Scott in Minnesota says, Cam, the Thrashers idea is perhaps your worst take ever. That's from Scott. Thanks, Scott.
We met Scott, didn't we?
Yeah.
He knows.
And now he throws me under the bus like that.
I get it.
Thanks a lot.
There's so many teams doing it, and I get it, and I think it would be popular. But in this town, and I think it has a lot to do with how they left, right? And went to Arizona, and then there's a lot of people here that don't even want to hear about the Thrasher years. Like the records that when Wheeler passed Kovalchuk or whatever. Scheifele's going to break some records here, and the players that they're passing. Now when Scheifele and guys like that pass people, they're passing Jets like Wheeler and stuff. But Kovalchuk leads most of the scoring history in this organization. They don't want to hear it. But this came up a couple of years ago, and it did not go over well. I don't mind talking about it. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if... let us know if there's a fan out there, 780-6868, that would like this idea, because I don't know any Jets fan that likes it. The interesting
thing is because I don't think technically the Arizona Coyotes have, dissolved, right? They're just sort of put on hold. I don't think the franchise has been defunct. But, the players and portions of the organization moved to Utah because the Utah Mammoth do not have the Arizona Coyotes history.
No, they don't.
They don't. So the history is sort of on hiatus.
But how do they not?
But that includes the Winnipeg Jets 1.0, or with this sort of team on hiatus in the desert in Arizona.
But you know what I'm saying? Like when Clayton Keller breaks some Arizona records, they're his records that he he has a new career high. It's because he set that in Arizona and blah, 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 blah.
No, but no, they only count the last two seasons. That's the reality of it. He had, that's the way it is. He has all-time goals leader. He's got 30 goals, all-time point leader. He's got 90 90 points. So that's how it goes. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hey, John, welcome to the show. Thanks for waiting.
Well, thanks for taking my call. You were talking about Jason Trouba, I guess, to come back to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
His wife was a doctor, and if we could open a clinic downtown, the Jets would have a walk-in clinic, and she could run it.
They'll hire his wife to be. The Jets will hire her to have a walk-in.
Yeah, walk-in clinic.
That's an idea. All right, thanks for the call, John. I appreciate it.
About the smoke, I was going to talk about the smoke for a second.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, John. Let's go to Bill. Hey, Bill. What's up?
Not much. How you doing, guys?
Good,
sir.
What's going on, Bill?
This is for Cam, since it's Free Friday going here. That's nice to talk to a fellow slow pitch player.
Me?
I retired this year after 43 years of playing that game.
You know who the big slow pitch? You know who the big slow pitch player here in this radio station is? Sarah McCarthy.
Yes,
she's a huge slow pitcher. Oh yeah, big time
third base person.
She's like she hits the cycle every second game.
She took one in the jaw on a grounder and still made the play.
Right.
Yeah, she did.
Still made the play.
What's on your mind, Bill?
Okay, well, what I'm looking at is, the Jets are a solid team, right? They can go through the season, and they proved it. They can handle themselves through the season. They won the President's Trophy. The problem they have is when they get to the playoffs, they don't have the size, because it's a total different game in the playoffs. You get the crap banged out of you in the playoffs, and they don't have the size, and they kind of proved it last year, because how many people got brutalized and beat and they couldn't come back into play? They got to get some bigger guys out there to help them, so when the hitting starts, they can hit back.
I disagree. Look, I think hitting's a big part of the game, especially at playoff time. But
Physicality,
Florida's not huge, and they won back-to-back cups.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Bennett, he's 6'1", he's 193 pounds, but I don't necessarily, he's the meanest guy on the ice when he's out there. I don't necessarily see him as a big size guy, right? He's an average size NHLer.
But they are tough.
That's right.
Like they are, and I don't think you have to have size to be tough. I just think that Florida's a tough team. They're not overly huge.
Yeah.
The old saying, like I said, you got to be a stuffed pig in order to handle a good fight, right? But I hear you there. But we just don't have that mentality or that strength in it.
Yeah, so, Bill. I think that's where go ahead. Yeah,
a lot more weapons on their team too.
I think that I think size. I think when people are talking about size, I think they mean toughness, right? And I think the Jets are a pretty tough team. I mean, just look at that series, Bill. Look back at that series with St. Louis. Was that a tough series?
Oh, I know, and I knew
it was brutal. It was brutal, and the Jets. I know that they got out of it by the skin of their teeth, but they won that series. They went pound to pound with St. Louis, and then they out-hit the Dallas Stars. They were a more physical team than the Dallas Stars in the second round. So, I just think that you look back and when Gabriel Velarde was on the show, Jim, and Bill, I'm saying this to you too as well. Yeah. He talked about this. They were right there. There were a goal here, a goal there. I mean,
that's how I saw it, Bill.
Two more goals in that series against Dallas at the right opportune time. They probably win that series.
2 years ago, in my opinion, Bill, they got knocked out against Colorado because of very poor defensive play and structure in front of their goalie. Yes. This year, it's not even they didn't create enough. They created a ton. They couldn't bury it.
Yeah.
And they lost in overtime in Game 6. On a penalty kill. I think they could have easily got to a Game 7, and they did that. Now, Josh Morrissey was out for the rest of the season. We don't talk about that this offseason. Like, we talk about Lowry's surgery. Josh Morrissey was done after that game in Dallas in Game 6. He had hurt his knee and was out. But I think of the Kyle Connor opportunities, the Alex Iafallo opportunities. To me, they're good enough to create in the playoffs. They're good enough to make their chances. They play solid enough defensively, except for on the road in St. Louis for some reason.
Yeah, it made no sense.
It just, they couldn't bury it. And I think that's the next gear they have to find is when you get opportunities like they got against Dallas, you can't have 3 golden opportunities and not bury at least one of them.
And there was a lot more passing when there should have been shooting.
Well, and that's
you look in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, they shoot.
And even in St. Louis, they were in those games in St. Louis in the first period. And the early second parts of the second period, they had plenty of opportunity and couldn't bury it. Mm-hmm. And then St. Louis would bury one, and then the wheels would fall off. Like I didn't see this as absolute beatdowns in St. Louis. I saw them not burying chances they had for 20 to 25 minutes and then the wheels falling off.
Yeah, and I think a part of the Jets too, just to your point too, Bill, I think it's sort of ingrained in some of the players, and I think they're working to get this out all the time, is when they start looking for a goal and they go on a bit of a drought goal-wise, they start to look for that extra play. They start to go for that extra pass. And it's got them in trouble. It's got them in trouble before.
You have to get this mentality of relentlessness.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
When Velarde got back in there, it was a big difference too because he stands in front of the net and he's hard to move.
Yeah,
and he's, to your point, he's tough. Like he's a tough, mean guy to play against.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the call, Bill. Thanks, appreciate it.
Take care.
Yeah,
thanks,
you
Bill.
too. Have a great weekend. Let's go to Gloria. Hey, Gloria.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
How are you?
Okay, I'm calling about the Heritage jersey, and I have a real problem with them.
Oh, hang on. Your cell phone's
a
little
Gloria,
going in and out. Can you try again?
You can't read the players' numbers on the top.
Oh, Gloria, I'm going to put you on hold. Actually, you know what, Gloria, I'm going to hang up on you, but I want you to call back because we just can't make out what you were saying there. Let's go to the text line here. Justin says, free for all Friday hot take. Jets need to look into big Buff retirement night, bobblehead, Buff in the building, big whistle, jumbotron, shows best Buff moments and hits, guaranteed sellout. Listen, I think they would like to do that.
Yeah.
I think they would like to do that, but
you have to get a hold of them first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big ask. We're talking about the Thrashers.
Here's what you do: is you're like, do you want to go fishing? and then he'll call you back.
This says, happy Free For All Friday. I think the Thrashers throwback jersey would go well if the Thrashers were a winning team. That's a great point, Texter.
Yeah.
That's a great...
Maybe that's why the Nordiques go over well. The other thing is Colorado's won a Stanley Cup. They've won 3 since coming from Quebec, so any retro stuff is real easy, right?
Yeah.
There is a point to what they said about winning. Retro is all awesome when you're very successful where you're at and you're just looking back and you've got some championships where you're currently at and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a tough look back when your history has never even won a playoff game. It's a tough look back when you're like they've never won the cup. It's real easy to have these retro nights. Now, Carolina does it, and Hartford never won anything.
But there was history there, right?
But it's more about the logo,
bringing back. Like, there's like, Hartford is still, like, that team is still, people from Hartford still wear that logo around. It's like, it's still sort of a symbol of the city. That's not the same for Atlanta. That's a great point, Jim. Is it even a team worthy of a throwback?
Well, that's what the texter's saying. Like,
they might be
do
right.
Anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this, but there's not a lot to be proud of success-wise in Atlanta. You can be proud of the players that went through there and making a go of it in Atlanta, but you don't have even a playoff win in Atlanta.
Jim Slater was on the show, said he loved it there.
He loved it there.
He loved it there in Atlanta.
Tim Stapleton said you could literally hear the janitors arguing during a game. And he wasn't kidding.
No, he was not.
Like, you would be in a face-off circle and you could hear the janitors because there was nobody in the arena arguing about something. Now, I want to know what they were arguing about.
Wow, it's very important
Probably
stuff.
like the power play. These guys are awful.
This guy's not sweeping up the popcorn quick enough. Paulo texts the show and says, Jets at Noon, future show idea. If you haven't done so yet, professionalism of amateur sports, not the athletes, but the industry that continues to grow unchecked around our kids before school starts up again, if possible, so I can listen. Thanks for considering. By the way, the interviews with the past Jets is great. Claude Noel is one of my favorite interviews. Please try to get him, Paulo. Hey, that's a great idea.
He is a great interview.
Maybe we should try and...
He's last I saw Claude, he was, I don't know if he's still with the organization, but he was scouting for New Jersey, and he was in the press box.
Yeah.
And chatted with him and said, yeah, I'd be happy to get on.
I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Claude Noel.
No. I mean, the bad part about Claude Noel is I think he was in over his head. Mm-hmm. That's not his fault. And you're not going to not take a coaching job. But like Ole Jokinen joined us last week and talked about what a difference Paul Maurice came in with, right?
Yeah.
Claude Noel is a great communicator, and he's fun to be around, and he's a good hockey guy. But I just think he was in a situation where it was just a holding place to begin with. And but that's what I think the only bad thing I've ever heard about Claude Noel isn't anything bad at all. It's just that the team needed a change and time to move on.
Mr. Chance, get your thoughts on the show today. We're not over. Hey, we're still taking calls, 204-780-6868. Still have that VIP car wash to give away. But if you do miss your chance to get on the show today and you're a little perturbed about it, well, you can call the Boston Pizza Jets Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Coming for your lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main side and ice cold drink for only $15, only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift card to Boston Pizza on Fridays, and that is today. And here was our winning caller. This comes from Kimberly.
So just off the big news of the Samberg signing, I wanted 6 years, but we will take this. We know this is going to be his show me contract because he will be 29 when he's done, and then I think he does sign that 6-year contract. The cap will be increased. He will definitely improve this year on what was a better season last. It's going to even get better for us Jets fans. So all I can say is I'm happy we have the 3 years for now, and I still think that he signs that 6-year contract for more, a lot more, and he will remain a Jet for life. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kimberly.
It's a great take. And I want to say this again. Like, there's a lot of people that don't think Samberg's worth this because he doesn't score points. Mm-hmm. And we've kicked that around for a week now and everything else. I remember the days, and I think most people listening to this do, when all you could do is, having been at practices and watched Maurice preach team defense and zones and all this, and just at some points of seasons just going, we got to make the playoffs, so let's just try and outscoring your problems. There was a long period of Jets time here where they couldn't keep the puck out of the net. Mm-hmm. They have just won back-to-back Jennings trophies, given a fact with a Vezina-winning goalie and now MVP.
Yeah.
But Dylan Samberg is a massive part of that. They are successful, more successful than they've ever been in the regular season, not because of them scoring or Hellebuck, but because of how well they play defensively. And that's where Dylan Samberg comes in. The metrics of when he was out of the lineup this year and when they had problems getting scored on was during that time. So if you remember the days of the team, having to outscore their issues all the time, that's why Dylan Samberg is so important. That's why he's a really key piece to this team on the blue line.
204-780-6868. Hey, Steve, don't go anywhere on the line. We'll get some text messages as well. Call. Hey, still haven't given away that VIP car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 690 St. Anne's Road. The winning caller.
Romance on a long weekend.
Probably going to get a little bit of romance.
I promise you this, people. I promise you this. If you go to Wash Method at some point this weekend, because it's a long weekend, you'll enjoy it so much you'll go back before the weekend's over. Just full of romance.
The way it goes.
You take a date there, you will go back. You want to go to that restaurant again? Yeah, we got an extra day. Do you want to go to the movie again? We just saw it, but that was so much fun. I love you so much. Let's go back to Wash Method. I promise you won't be disappointed. Take your wife, Cam.
I will.
Do you want me to babysit?
Don't I ever.
I'll give you an hour. Trust me, you'll only need 10 minutes.
We'll be right back.
From what I heard. Anyway, Altuve once hit.
Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
All right, let's squeeze in some callers here. Hey, Steve, what's up? Got to be real quick. What's on your mind? Welcome to Free For All Friday.
I just wanted to call in about the throwback jerseys, and I had an idea. I think they should do the Heritage Classic with Winnipeg versus Calgary, and they should both do throwbacks to the Atlanta team.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
That's an idea.
Atlanta versus Atlanta.
Yeah, Thrashers versus the Flames.
And have Lanny McDonald and Kovacic drop the puck.
Thanks a lot for that call. Hey, thanks a lot for that, Steve. Appreciate
Thanks,
that
Steve.
call.
All the best.
That's a great call. And let's go to Danny. Hey, Danny.
Hey, guys. Just a kind of a question and observation. When everybody keeps bringing up how bad a time Hellebuck had in St. Louis, did I not hear that his father-in-law passed away at that time?
I don't know about that. And unless the player makes it public, I don't really like to. And knowing Hellebuck, honestly, I think that he wouldn't use as an excuse. But I get what you're saying, Danny.
Yeah.
Like it would clearly do that. But I don't know.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I heard that on the radio somewhere, but
you might be right, Danny.
Now that you said that, I do remember hearing something about that, but I don't like to say because I don't know, so I don't want to confirm.
I'm in the same boat.
If that's true, then I would say it's perfectly explainable as to why he was having a hard time in St. Louis. The guy's a huge family man.
He is a big guy. Totally.
Yes. He's a massive family guy.
Totally torn him apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny, thanks so much for the call. Thanks for the call, Danny.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Danny.
it. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, take care, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. And we got to give away that VIP car wash. Let's give it to Patrick. Patrick called the show. He's going to be off to 690 St. Anne's Road, the VIP wash method. He says, Patrick says, why are you not talking about bringing back the 90s Winnipeg Jets royal blue jersey that most people think is one of the greatest logos and color combinations of all time? I'm a 90s Jets kid.
The 90s were terrible.
That was my favorite Jets. Like the one Team Solani wore, like that's my favorite.
Should bring back an 80s neon something with a fanny pack,
so that's
some leg warmers, a Club Monaco sweatshirt.
Simpler times.
And 2 collars rolled up underneath. That was the worst.
Congratulations.
Who put 2 collars turned up? If you're out there and had 2 collars turned
What
up,
about crisscross?
you gotta call in next
What about
week
crisscross with
and
the
answer some
What about
questions.
crisscross with the pants on backwards?
They were kids though. They were getting bad advice.
Patrick, you're off the wash method at 690 St. Anne's Road. Thank you very much, Carter Kennington, for producing the show. That's it for me. Be back same time on Tuesday. See ya.